Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Live from the GBM studios in Belize City, it's Open Your Eyes. Start your morning right with your hosts, Sabrina Daly and Isani Caetano.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I am Isani Caetano. Good morning.
And good morning, Isani.
Good morning, Sab. I feel like I've been on vacation.
I know, right? Isn't it great?
For a week.
Isn't it great? What are you upset about? No,
I
I
don't.
don't.
Upset. I'm just saying it feels like I've been away for a while.
I know, and we're back refreshed and we're ready to jump straight into it. It feels like it's going to be a short week, and I know that it's not. There's no holiday in here. But for some reason, the week feels like it's flying by quite quickly. And I think there's a reason or two for that from our side, but we'll talk about that later. But here's what we have lined up for you this morning in terms of our conversations to look forward to. Starting off with why antibacterial awareness should continue beyond the Awareness Week. That's an interesting conversation. Also, the return of tax-free weekends. I know everyone is looking forward to that. Then Caribbean Tire Gold Rush Super Sale, and finally gearing up for the upcoming BCCI Christmas Extravaganza. All right. So how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad it's Wednesday.
It is.
I guess I too am looking forward to the tax-free weekends, but that's in December. That's still a few days, if not a few weeks away.
It's also the last week in November. And I know for a lot of people, and we can talk about that a little bit later on, but for a lot of people, this is a significant time of the year. People are trying to pull together their little chum change to go online and do their Black Friday spending. Look, I know that...
I'll put it bluntly. If I've ever been a critic of the Britannia administration, the one thing that I'll tip my hat off to is the fact that they've brought this initiative and Belizeans are benefiting from it. And I too benefit from a tax-free weekend so that I could do my purchase and get things together for Christmas and not have to worry about GST.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, the merchants for the various stores also have discounts on that day so we could get a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
Tax-free plus discount. But maybe
I wasn't even talking about that. I'm talking about like people that shop on Amazon that try to take advantage of like Black Friday and stuff like that. I heard some of my colleagues just yesterday saying, hey, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we to buy Christmas gift online.
Yeah, but let's
keep it
local.
Let's
keep it grassroots, right? Respect to those who can do online purchases, respect to that. But I'm talking about the average everyday person in this country who stands to benefit from a GST-free weekend. If they want to buy Apple, if they want to buy toys, if they want to buy, whatever it is that they want, they can benefit from having a tax waiver that weekend. But speaking of goodies, right? There's also the $1 million jackpot.
Yes,
now,
for those who play the game.
4 numbers in the series, right? And I don't know. I'm not a gambler. I've given this thing some thought, but I believe I'll try my hand this year.
Yeah.
I may not be successful. I may be successful. Maybe I could speak it into existence, but we'll see. The government is giving away $1 million. I don't know if there will be one lucky winner or multiple winners like last year. I think we had 14 last year. But yes, getting it to win it, that's the only way, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I know that the easiest route a lot of people might go is, make a put in me picnic, the ya me picnic ban, or the ya I ban, or the ya me mommy ban.
Look, I'll throw in $20, right? That's 4 tickets. $5 a chance, I believe. So that's 4 tickets. I'll look at several series of numbers and I'll do a little calculation.
What feel right to you, no?
See where we go from there.
All
Hey,
right.
but these are the 5 things that you guys need to know this morning. Belize urges ICJ to fast-track border hearings. National Transport seeking to usurp authority from the Belize City Council. Delisa Flores' family wants closure 1 month after her murder. 5 more days until Gimme 5. And last but certainly not least, Belizeans are also celebrating Thanksgiving, even though it's not a traditional
That's why I brought up
holiday for us.
Black Friday, Sani. I know it's not local enough for you, but I mean, Thanksgiving isn't a Belizean holiday
Yeah,
either.
no. I think, and I get what you're saying, respect to that. I'm talking about Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, Sab, but from Monday, my menu has been filled with turkey dinner. From Monday.
Have you been eating it?
No.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be honest with you, and I might catch some flack for this, right? I'm not really into the turkey thing.
What?
I've had bad experiences,
No,
man.
man.
You know why? Right? Most of the turkey dinners that I've had, for some reason,
Dry.
it's too dry.
Oh my God.
And I'm a soup lover, so the more,
Yeah. I like me some soup.
that I'm
too.
on the soup end more than I am on the dry end. So when they give me turkey dinner and it doesn't have gravy, and then the stuffings and then the cranberry and everything dry with the rice and beans, nah.
Yeah. No,
Right?
I love me some turkey
But I love
dinner.
me some stewed turkey neck and stuff like that, yes.
Okay, but you can get
But-
that. You could ask for the
But
turkey neck or the
turkey
wing.
dinner- yeah, but
It have
the
to be a
turkey
dry
dinner-
turkey wing. Come on, guys. Like,
Maybe I'll request a remix plate, right?
yeah, yeah. But you know what? I'm also looking forward to it. I know that we need to jump into our 5 things. I want to see what the prices will be looking like this year, because just like Hudut, prices for turkey dinner go up every single year too. I mean, the
Yeah.
last time I bought turkey dinner, I think it was probably around like 15, maybe a little bit higher than that. But I know depending on if you want real ham or if you want sliced ham, the prices vary.
Look,
And
they
so
got a thing when they
I'm
Christmas ham.
hoping-
So when they advertise the turkey dinner sale, the catchword there is
Christmas ham.
Christmas ham. I used to have turkey dinner sale with Christmas ham.
That's
so
true.
that's an interesting.
I haven't
Belizean
had any
touch.
turkey dinner all year, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, well,
All
let's
right,
jump
so
into it.
A more serious conversation
Yeah.
for us to have. So today is the 3rd day of litigation, in a manner of speaking, where Belize, Honduras, and Guatemala are before the International Court of Justice. What's at stake? The Zapadilla Keys, right? So as we've been reporting since Monday, the ICJ, which is the World Court, is hearing an application from Guatemala to join this particular claim over the Zapadillas, right? And so on Monday, the Guatemalan team, I say team loosely because it comprises the agent and of course the legal counsel, they presented initially. Yesterday we heard from Ambassador Assad Schuman and King's Counsel Ben Juratovic. They are the agent and the legal counsel respectively. We also heard from the Hondurans, right? And they were able to put forward their position on their claim, essentially saying that the claim or the application for Guatemala to join in really holds no weight in all of this. But critical to all of what's taking place is the fact that
alleged interest.
they're asking, the Belizeans are asking, or we essentially are asking for this matter to be expedited. That's 1. And 2, for us to hold back-to-back hearings to get this over with as quickly as possible.
When you say expedited, what would be the regular time lapse for a
I wouldn't
litigation
be
like
able.
this?
That's an excellent question, but I don't know that I have the answer for
Okay.
that. But suffice to say that matters before the World Court can be protracted, can be drawn out,
Yeah.
right? And so I guess in the face of that, we're asking, look, let's try to make this as quick and as painless as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But there's a lot at stake. Should this go through and Guatemala is able to join the ongoing dispute, then we have a 3-way legal battle over the Zapadillas. That's outside of the actual claim that Guatemala has before the World Court and Belize over the territorial dispute.
So when I heard of this recent interjection that Guatemala has made, it kind of confused me, Asani, because I never heard of Guatemala until Honduras stated this claim over the Zapadillas. And maybe I'm too young, forgive me, but
actually,
I'm a bit confused why they're now interested.
Actually, it's the other way around.
Okay.
You've never heard of Honduras
Yeah.
until Belize and Guatemala went to the ICJ. So, okay.
But was Guatemala claiming the Zapadillas from then as well?
Well, Guatemala is claiming all of Belize.
Yes.
Including
well,
its...
half of it, really.
Well, all of it essentially.
Yes.
Including its islands and everything that comprises
so
Belize,
that's why they're
right?
now coming to the table when Honduras is asking for Zapadillas in particular.
So in 1981, it goes all the way back to then. There's a thing called the Heads of Agreement. The Heads of Agreement fell flat. And while back then Honduras said, okay, we're going for the Zapadillas, they did not do anything. They didn't occupy, they didn't do anything with the Zapadillas, right? So it lay dormant from then. It's only recently that this thing came back up, right? And so it's Honduras that's the actual wild card in this, if you look at it from that point of view. Right? But yes, so we're saying when this thing is decided after today's hearing, we'll know whether or not Guatemala can be a part of this dispute. But I think looking ahead, the effect of this, once it does not go in our favor, and I hope it does go in our favor, I guess all of us Belizeans are looking forward to a favorable decision. But should it not go in our favor, what's at stake is the fact that the map can be redrawn considerably, right? And I want to impress that upon Belizeans because this has to do with our sense of national security, our sovereignty, livelihood. Everything is caught up in this, right? It's not the substantive matter that will be held
more
at
long
a future
term,
date, but this is the beginning of it all.
You know, there was also a question that was posed in your extensive coverage of it for the past few days, actually. I think most recently, you threw out, how could this affect our bilateral relationship even? And I think that's an important question for us to ask. As early as now, I remember, Isani, I believe it was last month when I traveled in Central America, I had my own experience when I told people where I was from. I was in Honduras and I was in El Salvador and I got immediate reactions. You got kind of like that pause with, oh, Belize, oh yes, we know what's taking place with Belize and Guatemala. And in other cases, I got some really rude reactions. I can remember from a person in El Salvador where that person outrightly said in Spanish that Belize is for Guatemala. And it was really hard for me to hear that. And so I'm hoping that this matter being resolved, whether, well, we're hoping that it goes in our favor, but I'm wondering what the reaction will be even more now from the general public.
That trope hasn't gone anywhere, you know. As a child growing up, I used to spend quite some summers down south. And I used to go over to Livingston and Puerto Barrios and other parts of Guatemala. And they've always said Belize es nuestro. Yeah, I grew up hearing that. Yeah. Right? So
it was the first time I heard it, so it was hard to hear.
But on a diplomatic front, right? We're saying, look, there is still an exercise of maturity on the part of our ambassadors in terms of our bilateral agreements and whatever treaties, whatever is in place between the three countries. We're still supposed to live up to what those obligations are and so on until this is decided upon and beyond the decision itself.
Well, we know that the matter will continue before the court and we will be following.
And then a decision will be handed down subsequently.
All right.
So then we move on to what is another interesting conversation.
Let's talk motorcycles, Isani. I know a lot of people are upset about that.
There's a loose conversation that this whole motorcycle thing and the $300 training is not necessarily going to go through the government or its arms. I'm understanding, and I stand to be corrected, it's not confirmed or official, I'm understanding that this would be done privately. Now, how do we validate or authenticate whatever training is offered privately?
Yeah.
Right? And how do we prevent what could very well be easy money grab? Right? You could come pay $300, I train you for the so-called 2 weeks and send you off on your merry way.
But even though it's privately, it's still mandatory for motorcycle.
Well, that's what they're saying. And again, this is purely anecdotal. I'm not speaking from a point of confirmation or authority on it. It's just rumblings that we're hearing about the place, right?
Yeah.
But what is interesting here as well, Sab, is we're also understanding that some of these functions fall within the ambit of the Belize City Council. At least that's what we reported on yesterday. That it would seem as if though the Transport Department is quote-unquote usurping the powers of the City Council to carry through with this particular exercise, right? Again, that too has to be cleared up. But that's what we're hearing. Now, the big picture, right? Very, very straightforward. A lot of us ride motorcycles to and from work, go home to go party, whatever it is you do. There has been a huge, like an explosion of motorcyclists in this country.
Yeah.
And along with that, there has been a serious spike in the number of road traffic accidents, right? Crashes, people dead, people get, missing limbs, people laid up for months and then trying to recover. And it's become sort of like an epidemic in this country, right? To where last year, if I'm not mistaken, the number of motorcycle fatalities superseded or surpassed the actual murder rate, right? And so this is perhaps one way that the government is looking at trying to get a handle on the situation. Now, if it goes over well with the masses of Belizeans, that's another thing.
I'll tell you, when I saw this latest, I guess, update from the ministry, I was a little bit on the fence about it. One, because I know, well, at least for the positive side, I know that they're trying everything that they possibly can to curb the accidents on the highway. We see it, we talk about it many times, especially on Fridays. We've had opportunities for you guys to call in and share what you think could be resolutions to the spike in road traffic accidents, especially the ones that involve motorcycles. However, I'm not too certain about this licensing process, and I think there was a comment that was made last night on social media regarding the story, and I like that suggestion that was made from a viewer. The viewer essentially said, why don't they provide this as kind of like a violation? If you make a violation, if you get a ticket and you're a motorcyclist, then you have to go about and do the training, and you have to do the $300 training. Not make it mandatory for everyone. For example, we have one of our colleagues that always tune in, Lewis Crawford. He's been riding motorcycles for decades. He's a licensed driver, not only for motorcycles, I think he said tow heads and all last night. So he's gonna have to go about on January 1st, if this goes through, and he's gonna have to pay $300, mandatory $300 to essentially get proper training in using his motorcycle, when he already knows how to do that. I think it would work better for maybe violators, people who have gone about and gotten fines and crashed already.
I go in for my soapbox, right?
Yeah, you ride motorcycles too.
And I'll catch some serious heat for this one, right? I blame the delivery guys though.
Oh no, oh boy.
I blame the run man, you know why? I'm a motorcyclist, right? I try my best to be as responsible in my use of the roadways. But when them boy pass you, then you overtake for left, right, high speed down Mahogany Street, down Boulevard, wherever it is you see them, they're always in a hurry. And they're not necessarily obeying what the traffic laws require.
But what do you think about the violations?
So one second. So that's one. That's in the urban or municipal setting, right?
Yeah.
When you're on the highways, it's another thing. They're just speeding past.
They overtake on the left, on the right.
Right? So now, in a sense, the good have to pay for the bad, right?
Yeah.
Right? But I'm not saying it's all delivery men. I'm not saying it's all motorcyclists.
Good, because they want
you see it around.
Wreck you cross there. Right? No. But what do you think about the violation? Say maybe you committed a violation. You violated a traffic law. So now you have to go about and you have to do the training for $300 versus everyone across the board.
Here's my counterpoint then. Even if you've paid the $300, you still can make a mistake, or you still can be in violation of another traffic law. So then what, you going back again for another $300?
Maybe not for a parking ticket, but for like a
no,
crash.
Like, okay, so it's an illegal turn.
Yeah.
Or you've overtaken illegally and then you're caught. So you're
Yes,
in
man.
violation of a traffic law. So you're caught and you're told, okay, you know the consequence of this is $300
Yes,
to go
man.
and do this.
Yes.
But then you come back and months down the road, you commit another traffic offense. So what? And then you get caught.
Pay it again.
That doesn't make sense.
All right, so we have Lucian Fitzgerald saying, Amen, Isani. These run men are tyrants on the city road. Lucian, let it come for you next. I mean,
Hey, yo, I'm just calling it what it is and I'm being real about it. You're a driver and
yeah.
I'm certain that you've encountered this before within city limits or
numerous
elsewhere.
times.
Exactly.
But I won't say it's only the run men. I mean, all right, well, we do want to move things along. I know that a lot of you are currently tuning in, giving your thoughts on the road traffic issue. Tell us what you think about it, because as I mentioned, I've been watching some of the comments, especially on the news last night regarding this. I love that suggestion for violators. Do you think there's maybe another way? Do you think that this is an excellent solution to the road traffic accidents as well, involving motorcycles? We want to hear your thoughts on that. But we've been talking about it as well. Isani, I know that a lot of people are looking forward to that turkey dinner for Belizean Thanksgiving, because it's not an official holiday here. However, we should be thankful all year round. We don't recognize that holiday, as I mentioned, and we don't recognize it for the history that the United States have as well. It's very different here in Belize. But we don't need really an excuse to cook up a turkey or put some fire hot rice and beans on. We want to celebrate anybody holiday, you know, and I ain't mad. I'm not mad about it at all. But we have Thanksgiving holiday in the United States, and here in Belize, we recognize it as an opportunity to eat Thanksgiving Belizean Thanksgiving dinner. So
Yes, with Christmas ham.
we're coming on to that holiday or that day, and let us know your thoughts on it. Do you recognize this holiday? I know we have a lot of Belizean Americans here, living here and living abroad, so we do recognize it for them as well.
Beyond the holiday, however, is the fact that, as you mentioned earlier, Belizeans are taking full advantage of all the opportunities to save some monies, right? So at home we have certain companies, certain businesses that are doing their sale. Online, if you're into Amazon and all of these other platforms, there's also discounts and sales that you can cash in on as well.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't have to do the traveling.
Yeah.
Because traveling in the United States during this time of year is quite a headache. And especially with what Mr. Trump did the other day with the airlines and stuff. Good luck.
I'll counter it back and say, well, we got Spirit Airlines now, so for anybody who want to get a quick trip in and go do some.
I was seriously contemplating that thing. I honestly, and it's a conversation that I've been having with a couple of friends of mine. Right? Right now, with that $85 ticket.
And it's only for a short time. It's not
so
across the board.
Exactly. So you have to take full
advantage of it,
right? It's $85 one way. It's 170 US plus whatever applicable taxes for a round trip ticket.
Yeah.
You're gonna fly to Fort Lauderdale, right?
You spend more going to Mexico,
PG,
yeah.
To PG.
All right, there you go.
Flying domestically from Belize City to Punta Gorda is gonna cost you more than going to the United States with that ticket, right? But so traveling Spirit, I guess, to Fort Lauderdale is one weekend option, or however long this promotion lasts. You could do all your Christmas shopping.
You can.
You could do everything.
Yeah,
right?
you could go fight for the thing that I want.
The thing though, right? My friends, you're not on a first class flight. We're going to sit down in the front and give you a wine.
They don't have no like first class, I don't believe.
You get on this plane.
It's a bus. It's an air bus.
Exactly. You get on the plane just like you get on the bus. Find a seat, get comfortable for the 2 hours, and don't complain. It's only $85.
Yeah, we know to complain.
Right?
We don't got no standees
They
for
don't
that.
serve no snacks. You could carry your own snacks.
Yeah, carry up turkey dinner.
Your peanuts or whatever you're into.
You know what? I love it. I love this conversation. And I mean, it's a real conversation that a lot of people are having, They're definitely considering what their options are when it comes to spending their holidays. I know for a lot of people, they tend to travel outside the country as well. We encourage you to do so.
You ever see Belizeans returning from a weekend travel abroad, how they come back brand new?
No, actually. How do they come back? Do they come back?
No, we've done enough stories. We've done enough stories at the PGIA where we see Belizeans who we probably just saw last week coming back after
2 weeks
flight.
ago.
And when they struck down,
that's a catwalk. That catwalk where a lot of people don't get to go.
I'll leave that there. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I wanna highlight a quick comment though online because it goes back to a point that I was mentioning. Miss Diane Finnegan said, "Yes, Isani, pay the fun again. Turn off and take away their license. People have and are dying because of reckless, irresponsible driving of those motorbikes." That's what I was saying. That's why I say, you know what? Yes. I don't care if you slight mistake. Pay the next $300. Okay, third time, take away your license. Thing done. All right, we got to move things along, though. That does it for the 5 things we think you should know this morning.
We have one other item we have to touch on.
Okay. Oh,
Gimme
yes.
5 comes up on Monday.
How could I forget? I'm the Gimme 5 lady, Isani.
We're 5 days away from Gimme 5. It's our annual giveaway for the entire week as we celebrate our anniversary as well, right? And so this year promises to be bigger and better. It's another milestone that we've achieved, and we're celebrating it with our fans and our viewers.
Yeah.
Lot of giveaways, right?
Yeah, we're not putting that loosely. I know every year we say bigger and better, but we mean it this year, Isani. I heard through the grapevine just some of the items that will be on display to be given away. I've heard.
I've seen.
You say, say, you're better than me. I'm telling you.
You're talking about Lewis Crawford yesterday.
Yes, he's the one talking.
Yesterday, my friend had a whole big gift on his back. I can't say that what. I don't want to put the cat out of the bag, but he was lugging an entire gift properly boxed up on his back.
He knows everything what happened right now. Gimme 5. He's around everywhere and he's excited. Unfortunately, I don't think we're able to play, but I'm excited for everyone who are loyal Gimme 5 fans because this year promises to be, I think, one of the best ones.
Yeah.
I know that the people working behind the scenes, they're definitely trying to get the best prizes.
Tickets are already on sale as well, so you do have people coming into the office to purchase tickets. You can purchase as many tickets as you want, right? We'll be saying Creole, the more the merrier, right?
And only shilling is Sani. So I mean, you could literally, every week just put $1 towards it. Well, not every week or every day, put $1 towards it, leading up to Gimme 5. It
increases your chances of winning.
Yeah, of course. So, and you want to do so because people really they put a good investment in it. People win with also one ticket. I've been hosting. I hosted
it's called
last
a probability.
Year. Yeah, and it's amazing when you see how many people have been watching it for so long as well.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about it. You definitely want to stay tuned for Gimme 5. It starts next week, and as Isani mentioned, you can start purchasing those coupons as early as today, right at our office here on Coney Drive. All right, moving things along for real now, Isani. We have our first break to take, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, our first conversation this morning is raising awareness on Antibacterial Resistance Week.
The thing with me is that I just like my freedom, and when it comes to things like that, I just don't like feel tied down.
You think I don't know, but like my granny said, every part have their cover.
Well, I could say, I just do the runs. But one thing I could tell you, you can't deny one good connection.
Why get tied down? With Smart Supercharged prepaid plans, you get all the postpaid perks you love, but with no contracts. Just pay up front for your talk, text, and data package and enjoy total freedom for up to 30 days and starting as low as $35. That's right. No commitments for less than $1.25 per day. Just simple, flexible plans that keep you connected your way. Because with Smart, you call the shots. Dial 7526 or star 100#. Use the Smart app or visit a Smart prepaid agent to supercharge your connectivity today. Smart, bringing people together.
The future is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
It's celebration time! Greater Belize Media is turning 34 years strong. That's 34 years of bringing you the news you trust, the shows you love, and the stories that bring us together. So you know what that means. It's time for...
Give me five, give me five, give me five!
The countdown begins on December 1st, ending with a bang on December 5th. Tune in nightly at 7:30 for your chance to win amazing prizes. Fill out your coupons and return them for just 25 cents each. Now even easier with DigiWallet and eCash. So join the fun, feel the energy, and remember,
you do not say hello, you do not say you do not say hola, you do not say where to go on. It's only Gimme 5 that allows you to
Give me five, give me five, give me five!
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
We just take the coast out.
Belize is on the move. The coastal road is now powered by Digi's ever-expanding 4G LTE Advanced Network. Now you can stream that music, track that storm, or stop to send that file. Digi 4G LTE has got you covered. Digi, leading Belize's digital transformation.
It's celebration time! Greater Belize Media is turning 34 years strong. That's 34 years of bringing you the news you trust, the shows you love, and the stories that bring us together. So you know what that means. It's time for...
Give me five, give me five, give me five!
The countdown begins on December 1st, ending with a bang on December 5th. Tune in nightly at 7:30 for your chance to win amazing prizes. Fill out your coupons and return them for just 25 cents each. Now even easier with DigiWallet and eCash. So join the fun, feel the energy, and remember,
you do not say hello, you do not say you do not say hola, you do not say where to go on. It's only Gimme 5 that allows you to
Give me five, give me five, give me five!
Good morning once again and welcome back. Joining us via Zoom for our first conversation today is Dr. Laura Friesen. She is a medical officer at the Maternal and Child Health Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Our conversation this morning with Dr. Friesen is all about antibacterial resistance. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this morning and say good morning to the Belizean public.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's begin by talking about antibacterial resistance. What does that mean for the average person who is curious to find out what it's all about?
Okay, so let me just clarify here. We're talking about antimicrobial resistance as well as antibacterial resistance.
Okay,
it's
both.
important that we just remember that, because antimicrobial bacteria resistance also includes bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi.
Gotcha.
So what are we talking about when we talk about resistance is that we're talking about these microorganisms developing in a way where they are not affected anymore by our common antimicrobials or antibiotics, antifungals, antivirals, etc. And they are evolving in response to the use of and overuse and misuse of antibiotics in our world today. So this is what is the main point of the conversation.
All right.
Why is it important for us to be knowledgeable and aware of this?
Okay, so I want to just bring you back to 1928. A lot of times we don't realize how we live in our modern world. Antibiotics and other antimicrobials are actually a relatively modern invention. In 1928, the first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered. And in 1940s, this became widely available. If you think back, that's less than 100 years. We still have people alive today who were alive at that point in history. And what it means is that when antibiotics were discovered, they gave modern medicine and humans a way to treat infections that before were deadly or were causing disability throughout the whole lifespan. For example, TB, diphtheria, even strep throat, for example, could be deadly back in those days. And so what we have done, in medicine is that these antibiotics, since they were first discovered in 1940s, have been used to save millions of lives worldwide. What is happening now is this tool in our toolbox that prevents very many of our premature deaths, even our maternal deaths. Mothers used to die, almost 50% of mothers used to die in childbirth, and mostly related to infection and bleeding and other issues. So now what we're coming to in our modern day in 2025 is that we have used these antibiotics very liberally in some cases, including in animal health, and in human health, and a lot of these bacteria have now got resistance to these products that we have been using for the last 80 so years. And so what is happening is that now, for example, if you get infected with a bacteria or a virus that is resistant, meaning that it cannot be treated easily with our common antibiotics, is that infection could take hold more, and it could even lead to severe complications and in some cases deaths, because these bacteria are not responding anymore. So that is the urgency of it. We tend to have a short memory of how things used to be, but I think it's important that we remember how things were and how we want to preserve the progress that we have made in medicine and in our health as a population. So that's the broad view of why it's important.
Yeah, and it really puts into perspective. I love the analogy that you gave, especially when adding years to it. It's not too far or not too long ago a person would have been around when that was discovered. I mean, we have people still in their 80s. We have people still in their, celebrating 100 years on this earth, and also here in Belize. But I want to also narrow it down to what the issue is currently right now. And I'm really glad that you were able to include antimicrobial as well, because we had that conversation just last week, and I remember there was an initiative that you guys had from the Ministry of Health and Wellness with Baja, as well as the University of Belize, to spread more awareness on why we should be having this conversation. I believe there was a health fair that was done in collaboration with everyone. Let's talk about the issue that's currently at hand. Is the issue persons abusing these antimicrobial solutions to fight bacteria by overusing them or underusing them? Or is it both? Because in some cases, people get antibiotics, they don't complete the prescription that is given to them, or they go about and they abuse what they have on hand. They go and they purchase or borrow from someone. Maybe Isani has excess, so they would use his antibiotics that he has without getting prescriptions as well. What's the issue?
Well, I think the issue is multifactorial. As a society, we have gotten very used to having access to antibiotics, and there is in some persons we have this perception that an antibiotic cures everything.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. A common cold usually lasts around 3 days. That's when your nose gets runny and you feel a little itchy in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have fever. You might feel a little fatigue. That's a common cold. It usually lasts around 3 days. If you get it really bad, 5 days. A flu, it lasts between it could last up to 2 weeks if it's really bad, but it usually goes around 5 to 7 days. What happens is that we're sick a few days, we get frustrated and we go to the doctor, we ask for an antibiotic, or we go to the pharmacy, or we go to our neighbor, or we go to our cousin, or we go to our auntie and ask for an antibiotic. We start taking it, 2 days later we feel better. Oh, the antibiotic fixed the problem. All this time our immune system was actually working. It was on the way to fixing the infection. It was working against the virus, and the antibiotic did absolutely nothing except expose you to side effects. So that's why it's important when we take antibiotics, that is one of the factors that we need to have proper use of it. So we need to go to a medical facility, preferably, see a doctor, get a prescription, get it through a licensed pharmacy so that we're sure that this is a quality medication. So that when we are taking antibiotics, we know that it is the right one or the closest one to what we need based on the information and based on how we're feeling, and that we are not taking it indiscriminately when we don't need it.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things that's happening as well.
You also said the right one, Doc. And I think that's also important because there are people who believe that, it's any antibiotic really cures any infection that you might have. Are there specific types of antibiotics for certain viruses?
Yes, so there's different microorganisms that affect human health and also animal health. So I'm a human doctor, so I'll speak mostly to human health, but we have to realize that we all live in the same ecosystem. So these antimicrobials are used across the board in animal and human health. But we have different microorganisms. So we have bacteria that need antibiotics. We have viruses. Some of them, there are no antivirals that can address those, and we just have to let the body fight against those the best it can. But we have antivirals that work against some viruses, and then we have antiparasite or parasite medications for parasites or worms, as we call it in Belize. And then we have antifungals as well. For example, the common yeast infection. This is a big issue for women. Yeast infections, and then other fungal infections that affect specifically patients with HIV. Sometimes they can get some bad fungal infections. Persons who have a suppressed immune system, who are on chemotherapy, and so we need antifungals to treat funguses. So it's important that we realize that we have many different microorganisms, and they're everywhere. They're in the air, they're in the water, they're in our food, they're in the ground, they're everywhere. And our body is very amazing at fighting against all of these microorganisms, and it fights against each one of them the best it can. But the body sometimes needs some help, and that is when we should try to get a proper diagnosis. We should go to a physician or a medical practitioner. We should get an evaluation and then use the proper antimicrobial. In the most cases, it would be an antibiotic, but it really depends on what's happening to you, because it depends on which microorganism is attacking your body. So we can't just take one antibiotic and figure it's going to kill everything. It doesn't work like that. They are targeted to specific groups of bacteria and also to specific microorganisms. So it's important that we, as a population, we start to look more carefully at what we're taking. As a medical workforce, we also need to be aware of what we're prescribing, to prescribe only when necessary, to prescribe the right medications. So we are working on awareness both in the healthcare field and in the public for us to be able to address this problem. We don't want to go back to 1928. Nobody wants to go back there. Limbs getting amputated just because of a scratch. Nobody wants to go back there. So we as a society in Belize, but also in the whole world, that this is why we are raising the alarm of the rise in antibiotic resistance, and especially after COVID, because of how COVID affected our health and caused us to be more susceptible to bacteria and to other infections as well. there was a much higher use of antibiotics. And also, unfortunately, people acquired a lot of antibiotics that they did not need during COVID, thinking that it would cure COVID. They also took some antiparasitic medication. So there was a lot of overuse at that time, and not necessarily overuse, but a lot of use and some overuse, which has actually magnified this problem, unfortunately, since about 2021 or so.
Can I interject?
So we really need to work on that.
Can I interject to say this, Doc? When you mentioned the abuse of antiparasitic medication, I could recall during COVID when some people were saying, well, we could use ivermectin, for instance, to treat COVID. And ivermectin, as far as we know, is used for parasites in animals in some instances, correct?
Yes, so ivermectin is a very versatile medication. It has been around for many years. I think during COVID, what happened was that it was a new disease, and doctors were trying a lot of different things just to help people, to keep people from dying. And so ivermectin was one of those medications that was briefly used. Further studies have shown that it wasn't quite as effective as we might have thought it could be, and also it kind of in some sections of society it became a bit of a cure-all. So now everything is cured by ivermectin, which is not true. And so it's one of those drugs that is used both in human and in animal health. So I think that it is very useful for specific situations, and I think it's important that we use them for such, but that we don't use them for other types of diseases that will not really be cured by that drug. So that's just, and this goes for any medication. If we use them for something that they're not effective for, what we're basically doing is we're exposing bacteria that are already in our body and in the environment to this antimicrobial, and they start to develop resistance to it. And what happens is that when we do want to treat that infection in someone else or in ourselves, the medication won't do anything because we've already exposed it before time when it wasn't needed at incorrect doses. And so what we end up getting is infections that we cannot treat as doctors and in our hospitals, and this is why we need to, have this awareness, and we need to do different things within the Ministry of Health and within the public to help to reduce this resistance and to create awareness of the actual problem.
What about allergies to certain antibiotics? You mentioned earlier penicillin, and I think growing up as a child, that was the cure-all, that any scratch, anything that has to do with a wound or what have you, the go-to is penicillin. But you also have people who are allergic to penicillin. How does that work in terms of being able to find perhaps another treatment to deal with an injury or a wound that does not contain penicillin?
So we do have a wide variety of antibiotics available both within the Ministry of Health and in private. And as far as it goes with allergies, and this has to do with responsible use of antibiotics as well. Amoxicillin and penicillin are sometimes diagnosed as an allergy when it's not a true allergy, because it's different having an allergic reaction versus having a side effect. And a lot of times when we go back and check these persons for the allergy, they might not have a true allergy to amoxicillin or penicillin. So in those cases, if we can pinpoint that, then they may be able to go back on that antibiotic if needed. The other thing as well is, like I said, we do have different classes of antibiotics, and we can use them for different infections. So as doctors, this is one of the things we do when we see a patient coming in, is we look at the allergy status, we look at their history of antibiotic use to then decide, and their clinical, how they're feeling, what are their symptoms, to decide what is the best antimicrobial. And if we have the resources and if the situation warrants, sometimes you have to take a culture where you take a piece of of tissue or a sample from somewhere in the body, for example, the urine, send it to the lab to get a culture done, which will show us exactly which antibiotics are sensitive and which are resistant. And doing these cultures, for example, within our hospitals, we have seen a rise in antibiotic resistant bacteria in our population. And so these are the things that we need to be aware of when we are taking antibiotics, and then when we're talking about the use of them. So we have, for example, maybe people have heard of MRSA, which is a bacteria in the strep family that is methicillin resistant, meaning that it is resistant to the methicillin family of antibiotics. And this makes it harder to treat, and it makes it more resistant to antibiotics that we have. And this is a bacteria that is being identified, in many of our samples. We have also resistance to carbapenems, which is another type of antibiotic that is used a lot in intensive care. We have, for example, some resistance to ciprofloxacin. And so we have these very common antibiotics that we're getting resistance to, and some of it has to do with environmental exposure, and some of it has to do with how our population is using antibiotics. Like you said previously, not finishing the treatment.
Yes.
Getting them from God knows where, or pulling them out of a jar that they kept them from 3 years ago, or even buying them off the street from an unlicensed pharmacy, which we have a lot of issues sometimes with substandard medication being sold through unlicensed locations. So we as a ministry, we try to address these things because we want people to be safe. We want people to get better, but we want to do it in a way that doesn't harm our future health and increase the resistance in the microbials that we have in Belize.
Well, I know, as I mentioned earlier, Doc, there was a health fair that took place last week, and we are continuing the conversation today, but are there any further projects that we can expect coming out of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and perhaps other collaborations that could continue this conversation beyond just this day and even last week?
Yeah, so as a Ministry of Health, our role is very large or very wide in as far goes as antimicrobial resistance prevention. We are, first of all, our one of our big tasks is awareness, and this is done, for example, like you said, by fairs, by speaking with the public through media like this, and also going out into the community and doing health fairs, giving out information on it. We also, as a Ministry of Health, we do surveillance of infections and of multi-resistant infections. So we do surveillance through our lab. So we collect data on what's happening, which bacteria are more common now, so that we know, and which antibiotics they are more resistant to, so that we can know better what is happening and what antibiotics might be might need to increase their use versus some we might need to stop using them because they're not working anymore. We also have regulations, for example, that talk about the responsible sale of antibiotics. You need a prescription to buy it. And I would like to advise the public, please do not go and ask for antibiotics from an unauthorized person, because they would not be able to make a proper diagnosis. They might give you the wrong antibiotic. I have seen people getting treated for an antibiotic that is used primarily for skin, for example, and they're using it for a UTI. Or, there's a lot of different kinds of abuse of antibiotics, and what we're really doing is that we're harming ourselves and our future. And so as a ministry, like I said, we have regulations on that. We also have infection prevention control measures within the hospital to prevent resistant or any other infection from passing from one patient to the next. And these are very important at the hospital level. So as a Ministry of Health, we have policies on that. We enforce them. We have staff that's dedicated to looking at that and making sure that these infections are prevented. I would also like to speak to vaccination. Vaccination is a huge part of antimicrobial stewardship, because a lot of the vaccines that we get will prevent the infection that later might need antibiotics. For example, measles is a virus. We don't have antiviral specifically for it. However, measles really weakens your immune system and predisposes you to further infections of your throat, of your ear, pneumonia, diarrhea, etc. So if you don't get vaccinated for measles, you get measles, and what happens? You might end up with 2 or 3 infections in the following year because your immune system is still recovering from the measles. And so what we're encouraging as well, same thing with diphtheria. We have a vaccination against TB at birth. We also have vaccinations against hepatitis B, which can be treated with antivirals. We just started to vaccinate against the pneumococcal, which can prevent pneumonia. So we are encouraging people to get vaccinated, because what we're doing with vaccination is that we're teaching the body to fight. so that when they do get exposure to this microorganism, be it a virus or a bacteria, the body is prepared and there won't be a need for any antimicrobials because the body won't be sick. Yeah. And so this is part of what Ministry of Health is doing as well, and it's part of stewardship of antibiotics. We also are part of developing a national plan for antimicrobial resistance prevention, together with the subcommittee that is with BAHA and Department of Environment, etc. And so we are involved in a lot of different areas, and so we want to encourage the public to also do their part.
Yes.
You know, get the medication through the proper channels if you need it. If you need it, please take it and finish the treatment. Don't give away those last 2 pills to anybody. You return them to the pharmacy if you're not going to use them or if they're expired. And watch out for sub-quality medication. For example, if they're very cheap, they're probably fake. If they look cracked up, if there's misspelling, bad grammar on the boxes, they're probably falsified medication, and that's becoming a huge issue in much of the world where we have these unlicensed companies, probably not in Belize, but we're probably getting them into the border illegally, for example, in some cases. And so this is becoming an issue where there's companies that are not licensed and not regulated, and they're producing antibiotics that are substandard. So it's important to get your medication through a proper pharmacy that's licensed, that can verify that these are quality medication. And the Ministry of Health also does quality checks on medications that we are using in our public health system.
All right.
So we send samples and we make sure that what we're actually giving to a patient is actually what they're getting, right? So
Yes.
So these are different areas that the Ministry of Health is constantly working in and constantly trying to educate and create awareness in ourselves and in the public as well.
I think it's excellent, Doc, that you were able to identify that and really share with the public how this conversation goes beyond the 25th and beyond a week of awareness. We appreciate the time that you took this morning to share with us the importance of antibacterial and antimicrobial resistance week. We thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And we also have a motivational message for yourself as well as everyone else tuning in this morning. This morning's motivational message is: today is a reminder that no matter what happened earlier this week, you still have the power to shift your energy, reset your mindset, and welcome something good into your life. Let the light of this morning touch your spirit with calm and confidence. Trust that every step you take today, big or small, is guiding you towards something meaningful. You are growing in ways you can't always see, and life has blessings lined up for you that you haven't even imagined yet. Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right, we take a quick break now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, our next conversation is the return of tax-free weekends.
The future is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
My fellow Belizeans, today we officially launch the 2025 International 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence under the theme Prevent to Protect, Ending Gender-Based Violence Begins with Us. This campaign is a powerful reminder that the safety, dignity, and rights of every Belizean are essential to our country's progress. gender-based violence continues to affect too many households across our nation. Too many women, girls, boys, and vulnerable persons are living with fear, harm, and silence. And today, as a people, we say enough. On November 25th, we launched a full 16 days campaign. Amendments to both the Justices of the Peace Act and the Domestic Violence Act were tabled in Parliament last week. These amendments empower designated senior justices of the peace to issue ex parte interim protection orders in urgent and exceptional circumstances. These orders will be valid for no more than 72 hours, just long enough to protect a victim until a magistrate can hear the matter. This is not a replacement for the court. It is a life-saving bridge when the judicial system is temporarily inaccessible. In addition, the National Women's Commission will lead nationwide consultations on a modernized domestic violence bill, which expands the types of crimes recognized under the Act, increases protections for survivors, and strengthens penalties for perpetrators. These legislative reforms are being complemented by robust public education, efforts, and targeted campaigns through our Family Support and Gender Affairs Department, National Women's Commission, and the Office of the Special Envoy for the Development of Families and Children. Noteworthy is the continuation of the Office of the Special Envoy's program of engaging men and boys who are essential partners in shifting harmful norms and strengthening protection for all. We are also addressing child marriages and early unions. Having eliminated child marriage in 2024, we are now developing a national roadmap to fully tackle this issue. And through the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Council, we continue to work with the Ministry of Labor to combat child labor. We have also developed a new counter-trafficking bill to strengthen justice and support for victims of trafficking and commercial sexual exploitation. As the Minister of Human Development, Family Support, and Gender Affairs, and as a proud Corosalenia and Global Ambassador for Special Olympics Belize, I reaffirm our unwavering commitment to a Belize where every person is protected, respected, and valued. When we prevent violence, we protect lives. And indeed, ending gender-based violence begins with each of us. Thank you, and may God bless Belize.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, folks. We are jumping into our second conversation this morning, and as we mentioned before the break, it's all about the return of tax-free weekends. Now, I know a lot of people were looking forward to this break, 2 breaks coming up in December, and we have here to break down everything. You can ask all the questions in the comment section. You can call in, but we'll be tuning in to see what you have to ask. We have here with us Ms. Vilma Broster. She is the Deputy Director General from the Belize Tax Services, and also with us is Michelle Brown, the Assistant Director, also from the Belize Tax Services. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
You guys are welcome face this morning, I can tell you that. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so we know the hot dates in December, not only because, 25th is coming up and everyone's excited about that, but we know the hot dates in December for every Belizean across the board is the 6th to the 7th and the 20th to the 21st. Those are our tax-free weekends coming up for the end of 2025. For those who still don't understand what tax-free weekends are, let's break it down for the common folk. It's general sales tax, free for those 4 days. Talk to us about what the general sales tax are in general.
So the general sales tax is a consumer tax. So it's the consumer that pays that tax. It's at 12.5% on standard rated, so there are two rates, 0% and 12.5%. So the 12.5% is where the tax-free days comes in. So you will not be paying any taxes on those items. There is a restriction though, because there are some goods that we will not have the GST free.
Yes.
And then there are services that will not be GST free.
Yes.
So when you go into a store and you see an item that is standard rated, so let's say you want a sofa set, that sofa set is maybe for 2,500. The 12.5% is already in that, and so you will divide that by that 12.5% to remove out that GST value, so that you know exactly what you will be paying for that when you reach the cashier on those tax-free dates.
Yes.
So that is what customers should expect. So you must know what is standard rated as opposed to what is zero rated.
Yes.
Because flour, rice, beans, those are zero rated, so those will not be, you won't see any difference with those.
So this is the second year that this initiative is being rolled out. And so correct. The first year wasn't without its hiccups, right?
That is correct.
We did a little test run thing, and some of us Belizeans didn't understand, and some of the merchants kind of try to pull our fast one same way too. What are we doing this time around to be able to create the awareness for the consumer, as well as those who will be selling or vending these items on these days?
I think what happened, like you said, last year did not went without any hiccups, but at the same time we were on the ground to identify what were the issues that were being faced. And mainly what we had identified is many consumers did not understand what they saw on their receipts. What we want to bring awareness to is that some receipts may look different from others dependent on the POS, the system that the business owners utilize. Some have the POS system, which is easier to maneuver for them to deduct out that GST, so you can actually see the GST not charged, while the smaller GST taxpayers may have a cash register, which is just a programmable cash register. So they may have more difficulty to actually reflect that GST being removed. As we were aware, some merchants actually charge you the GST on the receipt, however you go to another desk to collect back the GST.
You go to the door and they give you your change. I saw that.
Because at the time their cash register were not able to be programmed within the time frame that the GST free days were done. So now they had reached out to consultants to get those figured out. Also, some merchants, you might not see 12.5% being removed from your receipt. They have a calculation so that they can remove the difference, which was the GST charge. That is not that you're not receiving your GST free. However, that is how that receipt is being displayed. And like indicated earlier, Ms. Vilma stated, you have to identify that some of these items are also zero rated. So while you might think, oh, I'm going to the store, go buy my flour and my sugar and my rice, because those do not attract that 12.5%. So you have to be mindful of that as well.
Well, I think for anyone or everyone tuning in, they should probably have that list of what's zero rated from not zero rated to know what are the days that I need to go and maybe focus on just my standard rated supplies. I definitely have to go to the store to take advantage at a 12.5% discount. Is there a list that we can find online to be able to have that specific order in place?
Yes, right on our website there's a list of zero rated items. So the whole listing of zero rated items is right there for you to see, and you can print that off if you want, and then you will know what not to waste your time basically on, if you know it, right, for those tax-free days. And as well as for the entire month of December, the imported turkey and ham is zero rated too. It will be tax-free.
Well, we just made a talk about that earlier this morning.
Let me go in a different direction though. The purpose of the GST-free weekends is to spur economic activity within the country, right? In other words, we'll keep our monies at home instead of spending outside and what have you. So we're looking at this thing in two ways, right? We're saving money on the part of the consumers, but the government is also making something in return in terms of the heightened spending and what have you. How do you guys break that down? How do you guys reconcile that?
The thing is, when it comes to the difference, at this point, the consumers win, the business owners also win, and with Belize Tax Service, we do also call it, while it might not be under the GST tax type, we will see heightened revenue in the business tax type. The businesses win also because with them, while they are not collecting the GST for those, they are still allowed to report on their purchases. Those items were already charged GST to them, so when they submitting their GST return, that purchases is still offset, although they did not collect GST on it for that particular. So they still win. Their revenue is also high, and of course the consumers, they will also be getting that GST free. So yes, in all areas there are economic improvement, and hence the reason why we say one additional 2, let's do 4, right?
Absolutely. Now, I want to go back to that receipt that everyone will be looking at for the next, for those 4 days. You mentioned that all receipts might not look the same, but in case of persons shopping at the store and they know, they have an approximate idea of what that discount should look like because they're going with their zero rated list versus their non-zero rated list, and they're going specifically to take advantage of that discount. How do you address a situation if you feel that your sales tax was not deducted?
Well, we also have our hotlines that will be active for those weekends, similar to last year. You can call the hotlines. The hotlines are also listed on the website, whereby you can reach out to us and let us know the stores that may not be complying with what was issued out there. We will have staff who would also be on the ground. Last year, I personally was on the ground to assist not only consumers but business owners who were not sure as to what to expect from the whole tax-free day. So we will have staff readily available to assist, so you can always call us, and then we will either address the issue that you have on hand, because probably it's just a misunderstanding, or if the business owner is not complying, we will address that as well.
Is this something that you guys as employees of the Belize Tax Services look forward to? I presume it's a lot of work. Going into the weekend and reconciling everything afterwards seems to be a heavy load.
No, it's really not a heavy load. Okay. I mean, because the taxpayers have certain obligations that they must comply with. So they have to provide their sales ledger, they have to provide their purchases ledger. And so that is something that we understand what we are supposed to do, and so we would execute that without any fuss.
Nice.
I want to get some help, ladies, because I'm trying to search for the information online in advance for our viewers who might want to go with that list at the store that's zero rated. I see on the screen here, this is accessible on the Belize Tax Service website. But you mentioned that there's a list available.
Yes, there is a list.
Okay, I think I just found.
It's a flyer that you will find.
Unprocessed foods, flour, rice, corn.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so all right, this folks is what you can not expect that 12.5% discount on unprocessed foods: rice, flour, corn, across the board, right? Masa included.
Yes, that's
fresh meat from any animal, bird, or fish, but in this case you mentioned that turkey and ham.
Imported
turkey and ham will be excluded.
Imported turkey.
Okay.
Because local turkey has always been local.
Yeah.
Fresh, because those are fresh meats.
Okay.
That's zero rated.
All right. So eggs, beans, edible animals like swine and sheep as well. Fresh fruits and vegetables, locally produced. So if you're imported strawberries and anything there, or grapes, those are tax-free as well. And we know people get that for Christmas time. Salt is also on that. Fresh milk, locally produced. Tea, that's pretty general. Okay. Yes. Now for processed foods, bread, corn again and flour tortilla, and locally produced sweet bread and bun. Cooking lard, margarine, baby formula.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sugar, condensed milk. So you're still your bread. I mean not bread. Your rum popo will still have Lee price to it. powdered milk, cooking oil, instant coffee, chicken sausages, the canned version, corned beef as well, the canned version, yeast, oats, luncheon meat, potted meat, chocolate powdered drinks, macaroni and cheese, cereals, percolated coffee, edible meats of swine salted or in brine, edible meats of bovine animals salted or in brine, super broth in soil or powdered form, including ramen, preparations of malt extracts. Okay, so this is the list that will not have the 12.5 discount on it. However, what I'm getting then, you go with your Christmas gift list. I think that's where
Yes,
you really get the discounts on.
You go, you buy your TV, you go, you buy your sofa set, you go, you buy your household appliances.
Yeah.
Those are what you will get your GST free on. Paints, all of that.
Yeah, paints. I didn't see a lot of like toiletry items here, so you could go, you could get stuff like that as well. I think you can get those.
Yes.
I didn't see any like cleaning supplies. Those
are
seem to be
standard rated, so those would be GST free on those weekends.
all right, guys. I think I gave you a good idea what you should go in thinking of when you go and take advantage of the tax-free weekends. It's not necessarily like a grocery list tax-free weekend. It's more like anything else that you would need. As I mentioned, if you have, these like cleaning supplies on your list, you can use that to go in to take advantage of, and appliances as well mentioned. I think a lot of people around this time of the year, they want to get that new Mali. They want to get their paint, they want to get their cleaning supplies to clean windows, you want to buy appliances as well. And so I think that's a good approach to go in with. This is accessible on the, I got this from the Customs website, the Customs and Excise Department website.
It's also,
but I believe that you can also get it from the statistical
website.
Yeah, the Belize Tax Service website. So please go with your list and no quarrel with your cashier. All right. Now, ladies, we mentioned that the 2 dates will be the 6th to the 7th and the 20th to the 21st. Okay. Is this across the board countrywide? Or is it only in certain pockets of the country that we can expect this?
That is countrywide.
So even the local shop?
Everyone that is registered for GST. Okay. That is only if you're registered for GST can you charge
so
GST.
So you can't go quarrel to your Lee store, your Lee shop?
If they are not registered for GST.
Okay,
correct.
And how can you verify if they are?
Look for that green certificate. Once you go into a store, you just look for that certificate, green certificate, and you would know that that business is registered for GST.
Does the store have to display it?
Yes, it's a must. It's a requirement. So if you go in, someone is charging you GST, and you look and you don't see that certificate, you can contact us using the hotline so that we can.
That's a good question right there. For maybe stores charging GST and they're not registered, but that's another conversation. Again, ladies, now, for persons who are trying to take advantage of it, I know that you have your time schedule. I know it's going to be a crowded 4 days at the stores. Again, if there are any concerns from consumers, how can they address this? How can they reach out and have it done amicably?
Yes, we have our help desk team that is readily available to assist. Like indicated, they can send to our online_BZ account as well, any queries that they may have, and they can call. We have 3 hotline numbers, not the regular landlines, hotline that they are only required to answer those on a daily basis and assist taxpayers. But notwithstanding, what I want to also add, we do have restrictions to this GST-free day.
Okay.
For persons coming in through the customs, bringing anything through customs, that is still taxable. They will still pay. When you have higher purchase or you have credit, when you go to buy something on credit, the GST free days does not apply to those. Business to business sale, that does not apply also, because it's not in bulk, it's for consumers. Right?
No wholesaling.
Correct, no wholesaling. Now, if I am a consumer, but I buy a case of Lala milk or a case of Pampers, that is okay. Because with these businesses, they know who are their customers. So they know who are a consumer that may come in, but they know the regular customer that come in and buy in bulk. That does not apply to the GST free day.
Well, that's an excellent point right there. All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a a very informative segment. Again, guys, go with your list. I think it's best to know what exactly to expect at the cashier. We don't want to hear no quarreling. We don't want to see no posts on Facebook about this one, the thief or the cheat at the stores.
That is inevitable. I believe that's
Go in informed. And then you can present that information as well to your cashier, to the store owners, if you feel that there's maybe an error on their part.
Yes.
But thank you, ladies, once again.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we move things along. When we come back, we have Caribbean Tires in the house, and they want to talk to us about their upcoming Gold Rush Super Sale.
Finally here, Cellular World's biggest sale of the year. Black Week has arrived and the deals are massive. Transform your entertainment with Samsung Smart TVs starting at only $379. Your favorite smartphones now start at only $99. Update your tech or keep the kids learning with tablets starting at just $99. Turn up the volume with the best JBL products starting for only $39. Need power to work, school or gaming? Computers now as low as $549. And set up your workplace right with printers, monitors and office chairs from only $169. Plus don't miss huge discounts on Samsung Smart appliances. The deals for your home that you don't want to miss. This Black Week, the savings are bigger than ever. Visit any of our locations or reach us online at 615-5141.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
My name is Leomar Langsert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer with these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Welcome back, welcome back. We are in our third conversation and it's all about Caribbean Tires Gold Rush Super Sale. Nothing says Christmas like a super sale. And we have here with us to talk about it, Judy Perez. She is the corporate sale representative representing Caribbean Tires. Also with her is Carrie Ventura. We also have her as a sales representative and no stranger to you guys, but in a different capacity this morning. Oscar Curas here to talk about also this Gold Rush sale. He is the marketing manager. Good morning, guys, and welcome.
Thank
also,
you.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Now, I know there's big things happening over at Caribbean Tires, a Gold Rush Super Sale. Talk to us about this annual giveaway and what people can expect.
Sure. Well, good morning, and thank you for us to be in the studios with you all today. I'm not sure if you are aware, Ms. Sabrina, but I'm sure you know, Mr. Isani, that throughout the years we have been giving back to the country on a whole.
Yes.
We have been doing these sales for more than 15 years. And what best way, usually coming on to the end of the year from October to December to end of November. This year will be end of November. We're having our Gold Rush Super Sales, which our customers has been taking advantage of all the deals of what we've been having throughout the different weeks that we have leading up to this weekend will be the final of the Gold Rush sales.
Wow.
Which of course pertaining to tires, I will just mention a few and then we have, we have our tires which we give buy 3 get 1 free on our Hankook and Laughlin brand of tires. We have 18% off that we're giving on our Goodyear tires, which we'll be having our Goodyear representative here in the country with us. They're arriving today, and they will be there at our compound Friday and Saturday this weekend. We'll be having 16% off on our Roadmaster and Triangle bus and truck tires.
Nice.
So it's every other brand tire that I have not mentioned will be giving away 14% discount on all other brands.
So you can't walk away without a discount.
You cannot walk away without a discount.
I just want to interject here and say, I know I'm a lady, but it's Christmas time and I would not refuse tires for a Christmas gift.
That's
Come on.
right. You know, Sabrina, the only part, I always say this, the only part of a vehicle that really touches the road are the tires.
For sure.
And if you do not have, throughout the years, I'm sure that they said last year we had rains for the Christmas. So the roads are wet, they're slippery. If you do not have on good tires, you will not be able to brake. You will not be able to, to come stand still, and your families are important to you. This is the best time. This is the last of the sale this weekend. If you have not taken advantage of it when we had the 8 branches we had sale, this is it.
Yeah,
after
it's the
this,
final chance.
Yes, there will be no other, sale after this one. And of course we
Even
have
with the GST free weekend.
Well, the GST free weekend, that is a different one, right?
Is that included with it, by the way?
No, because this weekend is the final of it.
Okay.
The following weekend, I think, is I just heard it that is the GST weekend.
You get your 12.5%.
So yes, which you will be getting that throughout. I am not sure we have something up the sleeve also. Maybe I'm not sure for that, but the GST, of course, will be on that that discounting. With our batteries, we will have up to 25% off on our batteries.
Ooh.
You're traveling. If you're not, sure of your battery will last, you don't want to left on the highway. You're always traveling the weekends. For the Christmas, you'll be traveling, going from north to south, east to west to visit family. Batteries 25% off.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move things along. Let's get you other guys in the conversation. We know that this is the winding down of the giveaways from Caribbean Tires. We spoke about tires. We also spoke about batteries. What else can we expect?
We also have, I'm not sure if everyone's know, but a lot of people know, Miss Sabrina, that Caribbean Tire also sells appliances.
Really?
We also sell
I did
tools.
not know. Did you know that, Asani?
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, now we know. Okay, what can we get?
Yes, we do have our Decakila brand appliances.
Okay.
Those will be for 20% off. And then we also have Inco tools. We have 20% off on electrical and battery tools. We also have car care products like Flamingo. We also have car accessories, car seats, we have helmets, we have the wheel steering covers. We are going to be having tents outside of the compound, having all of these items on sale.
I want to go back to the appliances and the brand that you mentioned. Can you say it again?
Decakila.
Decakila.
Yes.
What's that brand? Is it where's that from?
It's from China.
Okay.
It's from China. We get them in from.
So what are some of the appliances that people can get with that?
We have things like blenders, coffee makers, air fryers. We have flat irons. We have blow dryers. We have a lot of a long line of appliances.
Oh wow! And
Yes,
this is all at the store, the Caribbean Tire
Yes,
stores.
ma'am.
We clearly did not walk through the aisles very well.
You know, the thing is that we know that Caribbean Tire, it's all about tires, right?
Yeah,
But we
Caribbean
know
Tire.
females, as you rightly said, you all drive a car.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need tires. You come and you sit and you wait. We know customers, we always have been listening to our customers that, hey, you know, you don't have this, you don't have that, and they're walking around, they're sitting, not knowing what. So we're feasting their eyes at the same time for them to shop.
So while you're getting new tires on your vehicle, you could just buy a blow dryer. If
Yes. Sabrina, your one just went in this
I need
morning.
to go back because make I tell her, right, ladies and gentlemen, when I go to Caribbean Tires, it's usually to either work on something tire related or to change oil, right?
Yes.
And I don't move no oil. I sit down right in the waiting area, pull out my book or read the magazines that are there and just keep myself busy. But now you're saying that I could walk through the aisles and I could find something that appeals to me now.
That's right.
Well, that's cool. Now I want to get Mr. Kuras in the conversation, and I heard that there's some pretty great marketing that you guys have up your sleeves as well.
Yeah.
Some people even saw you being kicked into the abyss. Tell us about the marketing that's taking place over there and how you're encouraging people to take advantage of the sales as well.
Okay, so just to set this from the forefront.
You didn't get hurt.
No, I didn't get hurt, and
no person was hurt.
Yeah, and whatever I say no is actually correct. I'm not mental, so, so no mental damage here. Definitely, you know, we cannot have just a sale, just offering discounts without giving a banger of a giveaway.
Yeah.
Right? We always try to make it an annual explosive giveaway, and it's always about what do we want to give away.
Okay.
So this year we brought back the fans' favorite, which is a vehicle. So now you get to win a brand new 2026 Wingle 7.
Wow.
So I mean, an entire vehicle, you have a whole vehicle, right?
Yes.
It's nothing strange to us. We did this like a couple years ago,
Yeah.
but everybody every year keeps asking when you're gonna bring back the vehicle again. So we had to bring it back this year. It's a brand new modded version, so it's like when you do get this vehicle, it's gonna be one of the different ones, at least the one that stands out.
Yeah.
The newer year going into 2026 with a real banger, right?
So how do we win the vehicle?
Pretty much, it's easy. For every $100 that you shop with us, right? You shop and you get the chance to win. Every $100 you spend, you get a chance, right? So that's it. All you gotta do is shop. You still have to buy your tires. You still buy, still make use of the discounts, whatever. And and with this, you get a discount. You get the chance to win. Get a ticket into the grand raffle.
And when's the drawing date for it?
So we have it at December 5th. At the moment.
Perfect. What?
Yeah.
I have to go get my tires quick. I have to go do something.
Yes, you go buy a tire, you still have to do it. Just
That's
get
next
yourself
week.
in. Yes.
That's next week Friday.
Yes,
This weekend. It's this weekend, Friday.
No,
Yeah.
Well,
this
no,
weekend.
the drawing
is next week.
Yeah.
But you gotta shop this
That's what
weekend.
I mean.
Yes,
Yeah.
all
You gotta
right.
shop.
Let's
So-
not forget, folks. Okay. So we know that the Wingle is the grand giveaway. You said it's a 2026 Wingle, and it's for every $100 spent. So if you spend $200, you get two entries.
Two entries. Yep.
Okay, and the drawing date is the 5th. We also have all these other discounts taking place up to 14%.
Yes.
And that's separate from the tax-free weekends that are coming up, the 6th and 7th, and then the 20th and the 21st.
Right.
And then there's also other appliances that you can get aside from tires and aside from, these, I'm going to say male center. That's not true. Even
That's
women
not
like
true.
things like
Yes.
that. So are these accessible countrywide?
Yes.
From all the stores. So I could stop even here in Belize City and I could get everything that you ladies just mentioned.
Yes, ma'am. And even if we do not have it in stock in Belize City, once we check our inventory and let's say you want something that we don't have but Corozal have it, we can bring it in for you.
All right.
There you go.
So also the sale this weekend, it's only Belize City. So
Okay.
you will not be able to go to Corozal, to Orange Walk, to Spanish Lookout, whichever branch that we have and say,
You'll
I
have to
want
come
the
to the
deal.
city.
Yes. It's Belize City turn. It's only in Belize City. The sale will be happening this weekend.
And just to add in, just a little reminder, we were on a tour already, so it's
Yes.
been like 2 months already. We've been to every branch for the past 2 months, every weekend, hitting every branch. So we're just coming in with the
Closing
last
off
branch.
with Belize City.
With Belize City.
All right, so I don't want anyone in the comment section saying that they neglect the South or they neglect the West or the North or all that.
That's
All
right.
They had their chance.
All right, excellent. Now, for persons who might have further questions, how can they reach out to you guys? Do you have a contact number across the board that we can call?
Yes, for Belize City, we will have call or WhatsApp 224-5560. You can reach us out on our Facebook page as well and just ask to speak to a Belize City representative. So you can reach us out through all of those medias.
As well as our general number, the WhatsApp number, which is 614-1010. You can always reach to that number. They're very responsive, so definitely reach out.
I'm going to ask a question on behalf of Visani. Do you have motorcycle tires as well?
We have golf cart tires.
We have wheelbarrow tires.
We have Caribbean tire for a reason.
That's right. That's right.
Special.
And I want to make mention throughout these sales, you know, customers at times would not want to wait because of the crowd. We're encouraging customers, if you cannot wait, you can just purchase the tires, you can take them with you and bring them back next week when it will be a slower time for you to get them mounted. Also, along with our oil changes, you said you come there and do your oil change. During these sale days, the Friday and Saturday, we will not be able to do the oil change because it will be so busy. But you can purchase the oils, which is on 20% off. You can purchase it, take it, bring it back next week, and we will definitely do the oil changes for you for free.
Can you say that again? When's the 20% off? I'm asking for myself.
Yes, 20% off.
When is it?
It's Friday and Saturday this weekend.
Ooh, you'll be hearing and seeing me.
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
All right.
Also, I need to make mention about alignment as well.
Okay.
Usually customers that we would do appointments for alignments, which it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. Friday and Saturday, we're not taking any appointments. It's first come, first serve. So whenever the customers come in for the sale Friday, you put on your 4 tires, the ramp is free, you goes on, you get it done just like that throughout Friday and Saturday. Until next week, we go back to the regular schedule, making appointments for alignment.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm looking forward to stopping at Caribbean Tires and getting my entry in to get my wingle. I feel very lucky this 2025. The only thing left for me to do, Isani, is to learn to drive stick shift.
Oh yeah, we can teach you that too.
Great.
Yeah, she's the expert.
Really? I love that.
Yes.
And all right, I'm going to call you when I win.
Yes.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. We have more to talk about after this. We're gearing up for the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Christmas Extravaganza.
The new Black Friday with the hottest and biggest deals only at Smart. Join us Friday, November 28th at Smart Showrooms countrywide. Every Smart showroom becomes a pop-up shopping party with local vendors, food, music, and surprises all day long. Get the best deals of the year with phones starting as low as $50. Get a free SIM with every phone purchase plus 3 months of social media data. Prepaid users get free data rewards when you upload credit as low as $1 all day long, only at Smart Showrooms. Postpaid customers enjoy exclusive deals on Smart Network Lock Samsung devices, A16, A26, A36, and A56, all for less than $200 on select plan signups. Sign up for any of our postpaid plans and get 25% off any 4 months of your choice. Upgrade your postpaid plan and get the same 25% discount. Don't miss out on exclusive device deals on select Samsung phones starting as low as $300. And the giveaways don't stop there. Text WIN to 438 for your chance to win weekly prizes and up to $3,000. More entries mean more chances to win all Christmas long. So come celebrate with us at Smart Showrooms countrywide. It's Smart's Orange is the new Black Friday sale event, November 28th, 1 day only. Smart, bringing people together.
Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections, and it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here! The biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands and paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Orange is the new Black Friday with the hottest and biggest deals only at Smart. Join us Friday, November 28th at Smart Showrooms countrywide. Every Smart showroom becomes a pop-up shopping party with local vendors, food, music, and surprises all day long. Get the best deals of the year with phones starting as low as $50. Get a free SIM with every phone purchase plus 3 months of social media data. Prepaid users get free data rewards when you upload credit as low as $1 all day long, only at Smart Showrooms. Postpaid customers enjoy exclusive deals on Smart Network Lock Samsung devices, A16, A26, A36, and A56, all for less than $200 on select plan signups. Sign up for any of our postpaid plans and get 25% off any 4 months of your choice. Upgrade your postpaid plan and get the same 25% discount. Don't miss out on exclusive device deals on select Samsung phones starting as low as $300. And the giveaways don't stop there. Text WIN to 438 for your chance to win weekly prizes and up to $3,000. More entries mean more chances to win all Christmas long. So come celebrate with us at Smart Showrooms countrywide. It's Smart's Orange is the new Black Friday sale event, November 28th, one day only. Smart, bringing people together.
Winding down with our final conversation, but it's certainly not the least important. Here with us this morning is Andrew Usher to talk about the upcoming BCCI Christmas Extravaganza. And he brings with him Miss Deb Arana. She's the owner of Deb's Trinket Box, as well as David Vasquez. He's the sales director for BEC, as well as a member of the Belize New Car Dealers Association. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning.
And welcome. I know it's an exciting time for shoppers this weekend, as well as the next coming weekends as well. But this weekend primarily because there's a big Christmas extravaganza, which means that we'll be shopping at one central location, and we have access to several booths and businesses who are ready to give away those Christmas deals. Andrew, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back, bringing with you the next, probably the final closing expo from BCCI.
Yeah,
Let's talk about what we can expect this year.
Yeah, so the BCCI, this is the 14th edition of the Christmas Extravaganza for the Chamber. And it's going to be held this weekend, that's November 29th, at the Belize City Civic Center from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. We have just over 40 exhibitors that are going to be out there, and that's just on the inside. We haven't gotten to outside.
You guys will be outside too?
Yeah, so we do have the Belize New Car Dealers Association that will have, I call it an auto show. So they're going to be outside in the parking area where the basketball court is. Yeah. But inside, you know, we're going to be in the AC, so it's going to have that festive, you know, seasonal vibe to it. And yeah, we have various exhibitors with different products and services that you can look forward to. There's going to be a Santa there, as well as a photo booth that you'll be able to take photos with Santa if you're interested. Nice. The different products and services are definitely seasonal because we've encouraged the exhibitors to bring out their seasonal Christmas themed products and services so that they can be highlighted at the event. It only comes once a year, so it's a great opportunity to get those off the shelf, you know, and you know, you're gonna get basically, I wouldn't necessarily say clearance deals, but definitely deals and discounts similar to clearance, where, you know, I've seen exhibitors producing their they do the reels where they're producing their products and they're showing you the process specifically for this event this weekend. It's a great opportunity to do your Christmas purchasing before. Prices. Yeah, and you're gonna get best deals and best prices this weekend. So we're definitely encouraging people to come out.
Well, we also have here with us one of the booths that you will be expecting. We have Miss Deb Arana. She's the owner of Deb Trinket Box. She's also been here on the morning show before. But Miss Deb, what can we expect from your booth?
Well, we have I have an assortment of bracelets. That's my specialty. Gemstone bracelets made from high-end stones.
Yeah, I see some beautiful ones on display right now.
Yes, and we'll have earrings, necklaces, things like that. But the main thing about what I'm offering is the ability to co-create along with me.
Okay.
You come to the booth and we can create something luxurious, something unique for somebody that it's very intentional.
Yeah.
So, you know, with that, we have different packaging. As you can see there, we have our hexagon package. If you want to take out like the guesswork or trying to figure out how to present these gifts, we have our suede pouch there, and
that's beautiful.
we have also our silk pouch, which is a standard, you know, presentation for our product.
So when you say co-create, are you essentially saying that I could stop at your booth and say, Miss Deb, I'm trying to get a gift for maybe my husband, but these are the colors and this is the type of vibe I'm looking for. Can you make something on the spot?
I can make something on the spot, well, I can, but I prefer to work, you come and we discuss it and then we work on it because it takes time. It's not something that, there's a process when we make bracelets. We don't just string beads. Everything has to be studied. The pattern, the natural patterns of the stones, we go through the abrasion process. It takes time. So the idea is to come, we work out the color palettes, the, you know, the occasion, the person you're gifting to, their personality, things that they like.
So it's like an in-person consultation.
Yes.
To ensure that you get the best gift and a custom gift.
Custom made. That's our specialty. Customized gifts.
Wonderful. Well, let's go over to David. Now I heard that we're going to have some new cars there. I'm going to be stopping by. If you have in my color, I might purchase.
Well, I'm happy to say that once you've already determined what you like at Miss Deb's, you could come over and find a car to match the color. So it's perfect. So you have exactly, works out perfect. But this year, this is how many years now, Andrew? 14 years. And the New Car Dealer Association, most members in the New Car Dealer Association, of course, are members of the Chamber. And so we are proud to be a part of this event, this annual event. It's an exciting and wonderful event, especially to feature small and medium enterprises, but a chance for people to come out and see the latest technology. Vehicles now are the ultimate embodiment of style, technology, everything that you're looking for. So, you know, when you're looking to either purchase a vehicle or you just want to window shop, you could come out and see the latest, you know, deals on 2025 models that we're slashing prices on, or the latest 2026 models that are coming out on the market as well too. So all the dealers will be featuring their best, and we'll be out there hopefully to make some deals.
Nice, make some serious sales.
Yes, and Sonny, this is the year. I've been waiting for a long time.
It might very well be the year, right?
This is the year. Well, Sabrina is already looking for something to match her jewelry. So
yeah, see, I might just find it.
Sabrina, let's go back to the inside where you're looking at the 40 different styles that are going to be there. What are some of the big names that you have on board with you this year?
You know, you will say big names, but you know, a real part of the, or like a night for me.
Yeah.
The Christmas Extravaganza is more intimate and small.
Okay.
So we have a lot more micro vendors that come out to this event. A lot more people who are selling niche products and who are offering niche services that you might not necessarily know you really want until you're out there. And especially because it's seasonal. So we do, you know, we have the bakers. So we have, I think we have 2 baking companies that will be out there. They're going to be featuring rum popo. They have the black cake, the white cake, cookies, cupcakes, and stuff like that. You also have Madisco, of course, which is a big name as well. And then you have Farm to Perfection. They're going to be out there selling honey. We have a company selling roses and flowers. So if you're looking to get, even though it's early, you might still want to present that special someone with a nice bouquet.
Just because.
Yeah, and of course, jewelry. When I say like niche, you could take maybe Belize banana fibers. You know, they're going to be out there as well, featuring their different products. And and especially when it comes to, like, you know, arts. So if you're looking for a painting, maybe you might not necessarily want a Christmas theme painting, but just a painting in general. Mr. Lewis, who's been a long-standing member of the Chamber, Mr. Lewis Garcia, he's from Orange Walk, and he does really great paintings from very small to very large. And so there's a lot of different exhibitors with a lot of different products and services that I think really represents this specific time of year where you want to be able to get something that's seasonal and festive. And Christmas time in Belize, everybody, you know, you want your rum popo, your black cake, but you also want the other stuff too. So like maybe the Christmas themed earrings and jewelry. I know, you know, especially for me in my household, I like to buy the Christmas themed jewelry that is shaped like a wreath or a Christmas tree. And that might just be something that you're looking forward to. And I can't forget that to mention that the entrance is just $5 for adults. And for adults, we consider those ages 12 up. Kids 11 and under enter for free. And the first 25 kids that come in to the event will be getting a free gift. So it's a mystery toy, and of course, we don't necessarily want to give it to them, so we're encouraging parents to, you know, teach your kids how to say Merry Christmas if they don't know how to say Merry Christmas as yet. This is the smallest thing you can do to be able to get a free prize.
As we're talking about value for money too, I was looking at the list and to be reminded that the Rotary Club of Belize will be out there selling tickets for their annual truck raffle at the end of the year. And when you talk value for money, for $100 you could win a beautiful truck. So welcome people to support the Rotary Club as well too.
They've been on the show talking about that as well, so we still encourage you guys to purchase a ticket or two if you haven't as yet. But you said something really important, Andrew. You mentioned that during this time of the year, it's these types of business I think really thrive because people want to know that there's something with a little bit more thought in it, especially when you're purchasing a gift. I'm thinking of Miss Deb at this time. How beautiful or how thoughtful could that be if someone would gift you a bracelet that has gemstones that aligns maybe with your personality, or that has some type of extra thought in there that will give you maybe some good luck, or would give you, you know, some just a message in it. And I think people really value that. People value not only supporting small businesses, but they love when they have an extra message behind it. And I'm hoping that we really think of that when we stop at the Extravaganza this weekend. We try to purchase as much of our Christmas gifts this weekend as well, to ensure that we support small business, because that supports the economy, which goes back into our pockets somehow. And then we're able to get those gifts for a loved one as well, at a fraction of a price even.
You know, for me, I look at it as like that curated touch, where you're getting something very special, very unique that not a lot of people have. Because, you know, I can purchase bracelets anywhere. And you might say, okay, well, why is your bracelet priced at a premium as opposed to the other ones? And it's because of everything that goes behind it.
It's exclusive.
When you go to a store, you might be able to get a bracelet for $10, but it's not necessarily a representation of who you are. These bracelets are a definite representation of who you are based on, you know, the consultation with Ms. Deb.
For sure. I think these would look great on you, Isani. That would match nicely with your outfit.
Support.
Or they would be beautiful
Belizean,
earrings for your family.
vendors as well together.
You know?
That's a message really that resounds. Support your Belizean vendors, and all of them will be out there at the inside of the expo, and so please, let's invite everyone to come out and support.
I imagine it's too late to book a spot as well.
Technically, no. We still have, if you're interested in participating, we do still have maybe 1 or 2 booths still available. We did have to expand the booth count only because we had a couple people that were still interested. Specifically, though, I want to mention that if you're interested in selling food, because you can't have too many food vendors really. So if you're interested in selling maybe fruit juices or maybe hot dogs and burgers, of course you can't really necessarily cook inside of the Civic Center, but if it's something that can be pre-prepared, you could definitely reach out to us via social media. You can call us at 614-3138, 223-5330, or you can just stop by the chamber and have a quick chat with us as well. It's right here at the Whitfield Tower on Coney Drive.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best. We'll see you this weekend.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. All right, well, we do got to wrap things up at this time. It's been a wonderful morning, and it is November 26th. If anyone's celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com. You can also catch us on Facebook. That's Open Your Eyes BZ, as well as Instagram for behind the scenes contents. That's OYE Belize. You can even call us or text us on our OYE phone number. That's 675-2555. But please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes
to start your morning right.
Until then, Keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Wednesday, Belize. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.